Well, the death toll has now risen to at least 115 in Maui, with another 800 still missing after the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history. Search and recovery teams are still making their way through thousands of destroyed homes, churches, businesses, and other buildings. Resources have been pouring in from all over the country, with President Joe Biden promising the federal government will be there to help Hawaii rebuild.
Jill and I are here to grieve with you, but also we want you to know the entire country is here for you. We just surveyed the damage. I want you to know whatever it takes, as long as it takes. I look at your congressmen and senators and governor and lieutenant governor. We're going to get it done for you.
And resources aren't just coming in from the federal government, but from right here in Western New York as well. And joining us now is Hannah Fletcher, Communications Director for 8 Days of Hope, of course, a nonprofit organization that responds to these types of disasters. The group's Northeast satellite office is right here in Buffalo. Hannah, it's great to have you back on. And, you know, last time we talked, you were in the middle of your yearly effort here in the Queen City, repairing homes, focused in a neighborhood in East Buffalo. Of course, the devastation in Maui is just unspeakable, and I know something very important for your organization to respond to. Can you tell us what your team saw while on the ground there?
The devastation was unfathomable. They not only, like tornadoes, it hits this house, but maybe not that one. This was widespread and affected everybody in the area. Last we heard 2,200 structures damaged, and most of them residential. So many families and individuals displaced, and there's just this sense of hopelessness, but amidst it, a community spirit that our team experienced, that so many already were rallying to support their own. It was amazing to see, despite the heartbreaking devastation.
When you respond to a disaster on this scale, as you just described it, what is the focus for, a relatively small nonprofit in the midst of that type of devastation? I mean, what work is most needed, and what are you most focused on?
Yeah, our goal when coming into one of these disasters isn't to take charge. We want to do our best to support the local organization that's already there, especially considering Maui is so far away. So it is a little harder to take all of your equipment with you like you would when you respond to a hurricane that hits the Gulf Coast. So our goal was to go and to send a team and to actually assess what the needs were. Maybe what we thought would be the biggest need wasn't actually the biggest need. And so that's what we did. We got our boots on the ground, as we call it, and two of our leaders, they just met with the local ministries, the local churches, the local nonprofits to see what those greatest needs were. And what we found is they're still in survival mode. So they're focusing on those immediate needs, food, housing, distribution centers, medical needs, helping the first responders. As you know, the search is still ongoing for uncovering those who are still unaccounted for. And so our goal was to help support those. We actually got to partner with 3 local churches and a food pantry, all of them who are serving those survivors of this disaster, and they're just loving on them, pouring into them, and they plan to do this long term. So our goal was to focus on the immediate needs and then find organizations that we know are eventually going to switch from survival mode to rebuilding mode. And our hope is to stay with these organizations long term and to continue to provide resources for them as they navigate that really long road of recovery.
Yeah, it is going to be long, no doubt. Hannah Fletcher, Communications Director with 8 Days of Hope. Thanks for what you and your group do, and thanks for talking to us about it.
Thank you so much for having me.